My name is Kai Henderson, and I'm here to talk to you about public relations. What is public relations? Public relations is the way that other people perceive you, especially in business. PR can stand for, yes, public relations or perceived reality. How are people seeing you out in the world of your industry, out in the world of your professional community, out in the world, period? That's what public relations is for. So, a lot of times we are creating our businesses and we end up realizing that we're either not being seen or we're not being booked. That simply means that people are unaware that you even exist. It is the job of a publicist to help you gain visibility so that you can be hired more, so that you can be booked more, so that you can receive more business. But there's one thing that I want to tell you about, and that is that you can be your own publicist. You don't have to have a fancy professional doing all of the things for you. That's possible once you gain tons of credibility in your industry and you have secured tons of business and you would like to have a professional do that for you. But you can also do it yourself. And here's how. I'll take you through a 3-part framework that will allow you to understand that you can go from overlooked to overbooked. The first part of that framework is credibility. A lot of people want to work with you, but they just don't know what experiences you've had that allow you to perform that service for them. Sometimes, and I understand how this could happen, but just sometimes people feel like it's bragging when we talk about our credentials, our certifications, our experience, where it is that we've been featured. Guess what? It's not. Actually, people want to hear about your experiences and your certifications so that they know that you're a credible individual that they can work with. They want to know that you graduated from XYZ school. They want to know that you've traveled the world and that you've seen different locations and destinations. They want to know all of these things about you. And it's up to you to tell them. You can put this information on your website. You can share it on social media. You can have it be a part of your sales calls. Like, this is the information that people want to know. They want to know that you've been in the movie or that you've been on a news station and told your story to millions of people across the globe. Many times as entrepreneurs, we keep this information to ourselves. And that is the real disservice. It's time to start telling everyone about all of the amazing things that you've done. And guess what? You'll feel better for it. We also love acknowledgement. So it's great to acknowledge yourself for all of the amazing experiences that you've had and certifications that you've received. Like, job well done. So tell yourself and tell the world. Everyone wants to know. Credibility is just the first part of the framework. The second part of the framework is positioning. Have you ever thought about who it is that you consider to be your peers? Do you consider celebrities to be your peers? Do you consider amateurs to be your peers? Do you consider students to be your peers? There's a lot of different ways that we can look at what it is that we do and how we're positioned in our professional field. It's a great time to start to take a look at that when you establish your credibility. Who else has these kinds of certifications and this experience? There are a lot of ways that we could look at it. And through positioning, which is our second pillar of the 3-part framework, you literally are taking a look at who else is standing next to you in your industry. Are you looking at people who have won awards? Are you thinking of people who are the best in their field? Do you consider yourself the best in your field? Here's an example. Let's say that you are invited to be on a panel discussion. This is a hypothetical situation. who would you have sitting to the right of you and to the left of you that you would consider to be of equivalent stature in your particular field? So just take a moment to think of those two names, one person to the right of you, one person to the left of you. What do those names say about who you are being? Do you really feel that you deserve to sit in that seat next to them? Or do you feel like maybe you should have chosen someone else? This exercise is really revealing and saying, how do we feel about who it is that we're being in our industry? Who do we position ourselves next to? Now, the names that come up for you, yes, it's a part of this exercise, but it's also how you see yourself in your business, which indicates how it is that you operate on a daily basis. Let's say that I feel like I'd be sitting next to Oprah on a panel discussion. Then I get to ask myself, do I operate my business like I'd be sitting next to Oprah on a panel discussion? Do I charge my clients like I'd be sitting next to Oprah on the panel discussion? Do I speak confidently about what I do like I'd be sitting next to Oprah on a panel discussion? These are the things that we get to think about that are so important. They may not be apparent at first, but when we start to look underneath the hood of the operations of our business, that's when it will reveal, okay, this is how I really feel about what I do. And once you find out the honest truth, you can start to change it. You can change that narrative. You can change the names of the people who would be sitting to the right and to the left of you. And that will help your business so much so that it may be unrecognizable after time. Here's the third part of the framework, and that is promotion. Again, a lot of times we're doing amazing things out in the world, out in our professional industry, but we just don't tell anyone. We keep it to ourselves. So let's say that you've created this amazing new offer, or you've gotten this amazing new certification, and you've been on this amazing panel discussion next to really cool people who you admire. Then what do you do with that information? Here's an example. Let's say that I was invited to be on this amazing show called Global Speakers Talk. I have a choice. I could go on the show and then leave, do an amazing job while I'm on the live, and then not tell anyone. Now, what would that give me? Not telling anyone would give me zero credibility, just like we've talked about. It would give me zero positioning, just like we've talked about. And you know what? It would give me zero promotion and visibility. It's up to you to leverage the opportunities that you are given, to turn them into business, to turn it into revenue, to turn it into whatever it is that's important to you and your business. This is the wake-up call. Stop waiting for invitations. Stop waiting for someone else to promote you, and start doing it yourself. I'm so grateful to be able to be here to share this message with you because it is so important. We are all our own publicists, whether we know it or not. And this is the opportunity for us to start promoting ourselves, to start positioning ourselves next to the people that we really admire in our industries, and to start sharing our own credibility. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here.